Okay, we're going to do this. I know we've been working on this a lot, and we'll move on as soon as I know you guys have this. Okay, I need to make sure you guys have this. We're talking about the future, and I want you to get these terms in your head. First of all, promises. I will marry you. Requests. Will you marry me? Refusals. I will not. I won't marry you. Right? These kinds of expressions use will. Only will. If you're making a promise or a request, then you're going to use will. Okay? Next one. Scheduled future events. When I say event, it should feel official. It should feel like the machine of life, the schedule of life, something that's fixed in the future, something that's always true about the future. Things that are always true, use the present tense, the Genzaikei. So, for example, the train leaves at 10 o'clock. This class finishes in 10 minutes. Why? Because it's scheduled. It's a fact about the future. Facts, use the Genzaikei. Scheduled future events. Class finishes. Finishes in 10 minutes. Right? Okay. Next. Future plans and arrangements. Tonight, I am taking my son out to dinner. That's true, actually. Tonight, I am taking my son out to dinner. I'm taking my son to the movies. It's my plan. Think of if you make a plan, your body and your life is moving right now in that direction. Life is going that way. It's on that path. It's happening now. Of course, it's in the future. But your body's going that way, right? So, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break soon. That's my plan. Soon I'm taking a break. That's my plan. Okay, now, I think there's one point of confusion that worries you, and it shouldn't worry you. Decisions. Decisions. Making a decision. Deciding now. Decided before now. So deciding now and decided before now. Deciding now. Here's an example of deciding, oh, you dropped your pen. I'll get it for you. I'm deciding right now. So if you're deciding right now, you don't say, oh, I'm going to get it for you. No. You say, oh, I'll get it for you. You're deciding right now. Oh, I'll get I'll answer the telephone. I'll answer the telephone. Oh, bring, bring, bring. Oh, I'll answer the telephone. Not I'm going to answer the telephone. I'll do it because I'm deciding right now. But if I decided before now, it's different. So I will answer. But if I decided before now, Jim and I talked. We're going to have a party. We decided when we talked, we're going to have a party. We made that decision. Okay, now, here's the problem that I think many of you are having. I think a lot of times you're saying this. Oh, we're going to have a party. We are having a party. And you're asking me, hey, Peter, are you telling me this is wrong? We're having a party is wrong? And maybe you're also saying up here. No, where is it? Here. I'm taking a break soon. I'm going to take a break soon. Okay. I think sometimes you guys look at this and say, I'm going to take a break soon. I'm taking a break soon. And you're saying, wait a second. This is a decision and this is a plan. In other words, you're telling me it seems like both are okay. I'm going to do it and I'm doing it. And here's my answer to that. Yes, both are okay. But you have to know that there's a difference between talking about your decision and talking about your plan. And it seems like a small difference, but if you say we're having a party, you are emphasizing, you are putting emphasis on, you are stressing, you are underlining the fact that it's your plan, it's an arrangement, it's already happening. If you're going to use, we're going to have a party, you emphasize that you're emphasizing that you made the decision before now. You're emphasizing the decision. Both are correct. But in one case, you're communicating that it's your plan. In the other case, you're communicating that it's your decision. And you're saying, gee, Peter, that's a small difference. And I'm telling you, yes, it's a small difference. But you need to know that the difference is important. Because sometimes it does matter if you're talking about a decision or if you're talking about a plan. It depends. Sometimes you want to emphasize one and not the other. And being good at English is about being able to show the difference between two things that you're trying to communicate, to show that difference. For example, here, oh, I'll answer the telephone, or we are going to have a party. Yeah, but both decisions, what's the big deal? No. There's a difference between making the decision right now and having made the decision beforehand. Here's one example. Your mother tells you, Ko, please wash the dishes. Should Ko say, okay, I'll do it? Or should Ko say, I'm going to do it? No, Ko should say, I'll do it. Two reasons. One, he's making a promise. It sounds more sincere. It's a promise. That's one reason. The other reason why he should say, I will do it, is because you're making the decision now. In other words, your mother is telling you, please wash the dishes. You're responding to your mother. If you say, I'm going to wash the dishes, you're saying, Mom, you didn't have to tell me you didn't have to tell me to wash the dishes. I was going to wash the dishes. See, there's a difference. Both are grammatically correct, but one is better than the other when you're communicating with your mother in that situation. Mom has made a request. Please wash the dishes, or made a command. Please wash the dishes. She said, will you wash the dishes? Yes, I will. Okay, good. That's decisions. All right? Now, we are going to erase this. Oh no, why are we erasing? I should have taken a photograph. Oh, I can take a screenshot of the movie, so that's good. Okay. Now, promises, requests, refusals, future plans and arrangements, scheduled future events, decisions, making the decision now or making the decision in the future. There's one more way to talk about the future. That is predictions. Predictions. Forecasts. Can you say the New York Yankees are winning tomorrow? The New York Yankees are winning tomorrow. Well, what do we have here? Are winning. Is it a plan? No. We don't know if they're winning tomorrow. It's not. They want to win tomorrow. No, you can't say that. Why? Because this is a prediction. And for predictions, I want you to think of one important distinction. For predictions, you can use will or be going to. I think Saya will be famous. I think Saya will be famous. Did you see that goal? Saya's team is going to win. Saya will be famous. Saya's team is going to win. What's the difference? Remember? I see something now. Saya's team scored a goal. Our team is going to win. Why? I see something right now. Or I hear something now. I smell something now. I taste something now. I feel something now. Oh my gosh, it's an earthquake. We're gonna die. Not we will die. We're gonna die. Why? Because I feel something now, or I hear something now, or I see something now that leads to my prediction. It's the reason for my prediction. Whereas here, I think Saya will be famous. It's more my imagination. It's more a guess about the future. I don't necessarily have strong evidence that she will be famous. Right? So I use will be. Again, sometimes both are okay because it depends on what you want to emphasize. If you say Saya's team is going to win, then everyone will say, "Wait, what do you see? Why do you think so? What's happening? What do you see?" You see something, you hear something. If you say be going to, it means you see evidence, or you hear evidence, or you read evidence. If you say, I think she will be famous, people may be curious, but they won't assume that you have evidence right now. Okay? So, one more time. Predictions. Use will or be going to. Decisions. Use will or be going to. Promises. Refusals. Requests. Use will. Not be going to. Peter, will you marry me? Yes, I'm going to marry you. No. Unless you want to emphasize that you've made a decision or that there's some evidence in the present moment that's leading to a prediction. No, probably you are making a promise. If you're making a promise, you use will. Yes, I will marry you. Okay, that's these. And then these other two cases. Scheduled, future, events, and future plans and arrangements. I'm going to Tokyo University next year. I'm studying at Tokyo University next year. It's been planned. I'm studying there. If it's my plan, then we use Genzai Shinko-kei. I am doing. Scheduled future events. I do Genzai-kei. All right? Now, let's see. Do I have space over here where I can give some examples? We need lots of examples. Actually, you know what? I'm going to erase this because I've said this so many times. This better be stuck in your head. If it is not stuck in your head, I want you to pause the video and stare at this. Stare and stare and stare. Or stare at all of the photos of whiteboards that I have given you about the future tense. Stare and stare and stare until you've got this in your brain. Predictions, decisions, promises, refusals, requests, scheduled future events, future plans and arrangements. For predictions, remember, if something in the moment leads to the prediction, then you use be going to. All right? For decisions, if the decision was made before now, you say be going to. If you're making the decision right now, oh, I'll get the pen for you. I'll get it. You're going to use will if you're making the decision right now. Okay? Good. Now I'm going to erase this, and I've got an idea for how to, I've got a pretty good idea for how to work on, how to work on understanding this stuff more deeply. Because the truth is there are many sentences where both are, where more than one is okay. But we need to look at them more carefully. So for example, the verb is going to be study. With Bob tomorrow. Okay. Okay. If we say just Genzaikei, you know what? I'm gonna, instead of I'm gonna say Sally. Sally Genzaikei studies. Sally studies with Bob tomorrow. Is that a mistake? No, but what you mean if you say Sally studies with Bob tomorrow is somewhere there's a schedule. There's a computer that has fixed a time for Bob and Sally to be together tomorrow, Sally. There's a schedule somewhere that says this is Bob and Sally together study time. So it's a scheduled future event. Then you could say Sally studies with Bob tomorrow. Okay. No, sorry. I'm going to leave that there. Sally studies with Bob tomorrow. Ugh, sorry about the mess. Fix that. Studies. Studies. Studies with Bob tomorrow. Okay, next. How about this? Bob is studying. Sorry, Sally is studying with Bob tomorrow. Is that correct? Actually, I really like that one. Can you figure out why? Because Sally has a plan. It's not scheduled in a computer anywhere. It's not up on a wall. It's not fixed in the future. It's not a fact about the future. But it is an arrangement. I mean, probably Bob knows Sally has this plan, right? It's been arranged. It's been set up. So we use the Genzai Shinkoke. I think that might be the best, but I want to show you some others. Sally is going to study with Bob tomorrow. What could that mean? Well, it could mean one of two things. It could be a prediction. I see evidence. I see something right now. I think Sally is looking at Bob and thinking, gee, Bob might be a really interesting person for me to study with. I'm watching Sally and I'm noticing her attitude. You know what? I've got a prediction. My prediction is that Sally and Bob are going to study together tomorrow. Sally is going to study with Bob tomorrow. That's my prediction. Really? Why do you say so, Peter? Well, look at her. Look at how she's looking at him. Oh, yeah, she's going to study with him tomorrow. You can see it right there. Okay? How about this? Oh, there's that. But also, here's another reason. And I think this is a better reason to use be going to. Sally is going to study with Bob tomorrow. Well, Sally has made a decision. Sally thought about it, and she decided she's going to study with Bob tomorrow. Now, maybe Bob doesn't know. Maybe it hasn't been arranged yet. Maybe they haven't planned how it's going to happen, but we know that she made a decision before now to study with Bob tomorrow. That's a decision that she's made. Okay? So you could maybe say be going to. I still like she's studying with Bob tomorrow because probably there's a plan she's made. Decision, yeah, you could do that. Okay. And then this one. Sally will study. Okay. If this is a prediction, you're going like this. I'm feeling it. You know? I feel it. I think it's going to happen. I think Sally will study with Bob tomorrow. I mean, I'm guessing, but I think it's true. I think that's what she'll do. See, that's a prediction, but I'm not seeing evidence right now. I don't see something in front of me that tells me that's true. But I have this idea it might be true, that they'll do that. Okay? That's a prediction. Decision. Doesn't quite work as a decision. Now, if it's I will study with Bob tomorrow. I'm making the decision right now. Oh, I'll study with Bob tomorrow. I'll do it. Yeah, I want to do it. I'll do it. Someone want me? Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's me. I'll do it. But Sally will, making the decision right now, it's a little strange to use will for a decision. And now remember, will is also good for one more thing, which is promises, requests, and refusals. This is a promise. Sally will study with Bob tomorrow. She has made this promise. She's promised that she will do that. That's okay. That works. Okay. That's Sally and Bob. Now let me look at one where there are fewer options. Okay? Sally eat Okay. Sally eat with her family if she has time. Okay. Let's do the exact same list of possible answers and see what we think. Sally eats with her family if she has time. Sally is eating with her family if she has time. Sally is going to eat with her family if she has time. Sally will eat with her family if she has time. Sally eats with her family if she has time. You know what? That's not the future. That's habitual present. There we go. Sorry about that. If she has time. That's habitual present. That's a habit. That's a routine, or kind of a routine, but that's something that's always true, or it's a habitual thing. It's a custom. She eats with her family if she has time. It's not the future. It's always something. Sally is eating with her family if she has time. Okay, first of all, eats, wrong, because that's not the future. Sally is eating with her family if she has time. Maybe. She's got many plans. Is she going to eat with her family? Well, she's eating with her family if she has time. Her plans are that no, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work. The only way it works is if you're saying as part of her plans, she's eating if she has time. You could maybe say that. So I'm going to put this in parentheses. Has a very particular kind of meaning. If you probably on a test you wouldn't see a difficult choice like this, but there's a nuanced aspect to it. Now I'm not teaching you just to pass tests. I'm teaching you to actually be articulate and have nice, clear meanings when you're choosing this kind of verb or that kind of verb. That's part of being articulate. Okay, now let's look at this one. Sally is going to eat with her family if she has time. I love it. I love it. This is a perfect example of a decision made before now. What did she decide? Well, she decided that she's going to eat with her family if she has time. That's the decision that she's made. Is it going to happen? We don't know, but the decision that's the problem. It's not really, hasn't really been arranged. But the decision she's made is she's going to do it if she has time, right? So this is a very good choice. She's going to eat with her family if she has time. How about this? Sally will eat with her family if she has time. Okay, also correct. The meaning is a little bit different. This feels a little bit more like a prediction. Sally will eat with her family if she has time. It feels a little bit like a prediction. Like, that's what I think. If she has time, I think she'll eat with her family. That's one way to do it. You could think of it as a prediction. It's not a decision made right now in the moment of speaking, because there's this if thing here. It doesn't really work for a decision right now. So it doesn't work as a decision. It works kind of as a prediction, because you're looking at the situation. You see no evidence. But you're willing to make this prediction. You're going to make this prediction. Okay. Also, she has made a promise. She's made a promise that she will eat with her family if she has time. Right? Will is used for promises. Okay? Good. Now I probably should do one that has only one option to it. Let me see if you can get it. Well, there are quite a few. I'll just say a few. Nantoka you marry me, will you marry me, right? Because it's a request, right? Oh, I'll get it. Not I'm going to get it, right? Because it's a decision made in the moment of speaking, right? Oh my gosh, there's an earthquake. We're gonna die. My prediction is because of something I see around me right now. Okay? So those are pretty clear. Only one thing goes there. We don't say we die. We don't say we're dying. We don't say we will die. We say we're going to die. Okay? Let's start with the right letter. Do you want to go to bed? Or you do your homework? Do you want to go to bed, or nantoka your homework? Sorry. Yeah. Do you want to go to bed, or nantoka your homework? Do your homework. Okay. Do you want to go to bed, or do Do you want to go to bed or do you do your homework? Absolutely not. That only works for scheduled future events. Dekinai. Do you want to go to bed or are you doing your homework? Well, in this case, doesn't work. Why? Because this means right now. Do you want to go to bed? Or, well, okay, but it's correct. But the meaning is right now. Are you doing it right now? We're not talking about future here. Right? Do you want to go to bed or are you doing your homework right now? Okay? So that's grammatically correct, but it's not the future. Right? So we got eliminated Genzai Kei, Genzai Shingo Kei. No, no. Okay? Now, a little trickier. Do you want to go to bed or will you do your homework? This is closer. Do you want to go to bed or will you do your homework? Okay, so do you want to go to bed or will you do your homework? Well, let's see. Promises or request. Request, will you do your homework? Well, I suppose if I'm requesting that the person do their homework, you could use will. You want to go to bed or will you do your homework? It's a little weird, so it wouldn't be a request. How about a prediction? Do you want to go to bed or will you do your homework? Why would I make a prediction about myself? Oh yes, I will. The universe is telling me I will do my... No, it doesn't work, right? Won't work, right? Okay, so we did request and we did prediction. What about decision? This is definitely a decision situation, right? Right? We're making a decision. Go to bed, homework. Go to bed, homework. Do you want to go to bed or will you do your homework? Well, I'm asking you. You want to go to bed? I'm asking you. I think you know the answer. In other words, you have already made your decision. If the decision is made before the moment of speaking, what does that mean? Be going to. Do you want to go to bed or are you going to do your homework? Do you want to go to bed or are you going to do your homework? I want to know if you have made a decision about doing your homework before you go to bed. Do you want to go to bed or are you going to do your homework? Okay? Truth is, the only way you'll learn this is by looking at many, 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 many examples. Also, when you're reading, try to notice if something you're reading is about the future. And then look really carefully at what they say about the future in what you're reading. Do they use will? Do they use be going to? Okay? All right, long video. We love you. Bye-bye.